So here you
Sorry.
guys are with a freshly washed cat. Man.
This is not how Nishira thought this day would go.
I thought cats didn't like water.
I am not a cat, I am a tabaxi. Rashir is not a cat. Rashir is a tabaxi.
You can only have one negative one, but
You take psychic damage.
This one's real now.
Psychic damage.
You learned a new word.
10 points of psychic damage.
Yeah, that's not the last time that's going to happen either.
This is when Ertos gets his revenge.
Oh, no.
by
Psychic
the way, some of you guys still don't even know each other's names. Just friendly little reminder.
I think we know Rashir's name, though.
Yeah.
Apparently
Those of us
he
that went
forgot.
to Lacey's know each other.
Yeah.
It occurs to Rashir, we do not know each other's names. My name is Rashir.
No.
You don't say.
You said mine. You should have said Rashir's name is Rashir.
You know what? I'm too tired for this.
Rash. You know what? I'm just gonna keep calling you Catman because that's way too difficult.
Rashir finds this offensive.
Yeah, well, your smell was offensive, but hey, it's better now.
Rashir is done talking to you now.
I was really tempted to pick your pocket, but I said,
Yes, I am Wilmot.
Cinder.
You
Maxim.
can call me Rain.
I am Shaw. Shaw Canal.
Is that on purpose? Did your parents hate you?
I don't know what you're referring to.
I mean,
yeah, I'm crass.
Yeah.
You are quite crass.
Yeah. Agreed.
and apparently that's Catman.
Rashir's name is Rashir.
We tell. I'm gonna kind of motion to Shaw, Maxim, and Rain. Do we tell them about the noble guy that, or the lord that invited us over?
I mean, are we going to get arrested for bringing them?
Quite possibly.
Probably a good
Rashir would
chance.
never get arrested.
What are you guys talking about? Nobles? Invites? Come on, spill the beans.
Rashir is an honorable man, and he would never do anything that would get him caught.
Yeah, never. And I wink at him.
I'm more worried about you getting us caught for
Rashir is an honorable cat man.
you. Can keep saying it.
Rashir keeps saying it. Maybe it will become true.
Suddenly your alignment shifts.
Suppose we don't have much choice now, though.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
they kind of know. Although I was whispering it, but
Yeah, and Milan didn't make you do perception.
Oh, was there whispering?
yeah.
was
Yeah.
Who are you whispering to?
The people who know about the
The
invite.
three or the four of us that knew about the Lord, because we're not sure we want to take the thieves with us.
Wilmot, you're invited, though.
Yeah.
We'll invite you.
Thanks.
Oh Jesus. Well, I guess all of us are going to have to go now. We just have to
Yeah.
keep an eye on our two rogue friends.
If they'll even let him in the door.
I mean,
True. You might
if
stink
they-
again.
we're the shot, I guess.
We do have a couple hours, I think. So.
You still have like another hour and a half, you feel?
So what do we got?
Should we-
Let us be off.
Should we scope out this house first and just kind of get the lay of the land?
Yeah, I like that plan.
I feel like you're letting them taste the house now, not...
I think that's how Grass took it.
Yeah.
That was how he took it.
Yes, it is
That's
always
exactly
good to
why
scope out a potential target.
No, not potential
No.
target.
No.
Potential target, no.
Mark escape routes, additional entrances.
No.
Exactly.
No.
You never know what could happen.
No.
Alright, so you guys head towards the center of town as you're directed by Lacey. And you see before you the amazing, colossal building of the town hall. And it says town hall in big bright letters across the front of it. And then it has like a secondary sign that's been added to it that has this weird language that you've been seeing around that you don't recognize. You can tell that the building is rather old and has definitely been here for a while. And you see, some light activity of people going up into it and out a little bit and stuff. So it is the exact center of town and seems to be a major hub for activities going on. As you turn, as you were told by Lacey left, you head down along this cobble road, and it takes a while to get around this big building because you actually have to go all the way around it to head towards the Beauregard mansion that you were told. And you do turn the corner and you come to where you can see the first mansion, which you were told was Lord Manuel's manor. And it's on a rather large, considering it's a valley, it's actually amazing how much yardage this guy has between his mansion, which is set way, way back off from the main road. And he's got quite the gardens going on. Blue gardens going on.
He would say they're green, though.
Yes, he would say they were green.
So you're not wrong.
That's right. And it's one of those. It's about 5 stories, and it's got a lot of interesting architecture that with the roof and stuff going on, where you feel like there's a lot of balconies hidden throughout the top floors, with little private balconies and stuff here and there, and maybe even some crawl spaces throughout the different roof structure up there. Anyway, continuing past Lord Manuel's manor, you cross over a bridge, and on the other side you come to a much smaller, more confined garden with a 2-story mansion in it. And it's quite striking and apparent that there's a definite difference on who runs this place. And you do see a sign. There's a gate that goes around the entire structure. It's a metal gate. It's barred, so it's one of those you could just climb it if you so desired. But and at the gate it does say Beauregard Manor. You also see a sign pointing further down the road, because there is an intersection right here at Beauregard's. You have a sign that points to the right of you that says to the smelter. And you have 2 signs pointing dead ahead from the way you're coming that says Mines and Temple of der Foka.
Temple sounds interesting.
Are you sure
good
that's a good idea? We saw what they did to the last
Oh,
one.
that's true. Crap.
I mean, nothing is a good idea with these 2 around.
Hey!
She wants to know what you're implying by that.
Just hold up my hand with the brand.
Oh, that's right. I need to know exactly who's got that brand.
I do.
I do.
I do.
So Crass, Rain,
Maxim.
Maxim, yeah.
I think Shaw was in the doorway too. Were you in the doorway, Kendra?
Yes, I was in the doorway.
So Shaw's got it. Wilmot, you
I
were spared.
don't think I do.
I'm gonna have that you were clear.
Yeah, because
All right.
You were far enough away, I think, Fava. That's all we determined.
So just the 4.
I think it's just the 4.
Okay.
I don't have it.
Okay, sounds good.
You were far away.
You don't. He wasn't.
Oh, what's that on your hand?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a monkey.
When did you get that?
When he brought that thing out. Oh wait, we don't know. Never mind. That's right.
Yeah, you didn't see it.
From the temple. Thanks to you two messing around with that statue.
Hey, I didn't do anything.
Rashir has no mark on his hand. Therefore, Rashir is innocent of whatever you are accusing him of.
Yeah, maybe it's something you did. You got a mark on your hand.
So do you.
Anyway.
So this is the
Hopefully
place, huh?
how much would it take to get you to not steal from this place?
What an interesting question. Hmm.
He sits there like scratching his head for a bit.
How much you got?
None of your business.
Rashir thinks we do not steal from this place. Today.
At this point, a little,
Right.
Best as we can get from now.
you see a little young man walking kind of towards you, and he has severe acne and pimples, and it's really hard to distinguish which is which on his face from that and warts. He's got some warts all over too. And red freckles.
So, like, I was
Yeah,
going to go in to pick his pocket, but as soon as I get a little bit closer and see that, I back off.
And he's rather shabbily dressed. It looks like his shoes are pretty worn out from constant use, and he's very, very dirty from clearly he's been in and out of the mines. And he sees the lot of you, and his eyes kind of go wide a little bit, and he turns around and he runs the other direction.
what direction was he coming from? Was he coming from the house?
He was coming from the smelter, the sign that said
Okay.
the smelter.
Okay.
Odd kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even pick his pocket or anything. I don't know why he's running.
Probably saw you.
Hey!
Oh boy.
It is at this point where you guys also hear in the distance a crier calling out that it is time for the festival of lights, and you hear a bunch of groups moving towards the town hall and see some people moving around.
I say let's go that way. Let's see what's up with that.
Just don't
Think we
lose
saw
track
it.
of time.
So you guys head back up towards the front of the town hall, and you see an announcer, the crier, he's got this round cupped thing around that he's holding to his face, shouting through, "Gather, gather, everyone! Lord Manuel has brought in the light circus to entertain you all." And you see a bunch of fire dancers, and you see a bunch of just a bunch of acrobatics, especially with the fire sticks and the couple sword swallowers, and you see this whole panorama stretched out on top of the top of the stairs, because the town hall is on a platform up on some stairs, but it's such a big building and it's got such a long platform that you've got just all kinds of this circus stuff going on in the front.
Can I even see what's going on? Because I'm 2.5 feet tall.
Depends on where
Are
you're
you gonna go
standing.
through people's legs and get to the front?
Yeah, I guess so.
And you can see up to the front near the side where there's kind of a bit of like the prestigious standing, where there's like special guest access for watching the show. You do see that gentleman who had entered the tavern and had told you that he was one of the Lord King's men. And you also see a man you have not met who is very finely dressed, and he's got blue eyes and brown hair and a red, very sportsman, like fancy sports type attire, like a little more aptly dressed to be doing activities outside and stuff. Not quite as showy as when you'd seen Lord Beauregard. And he's standing beside the King's man and talking to him and like pointing stuff out about the displays and the stuff going on before him.
As I'm working my way to the front, I want to pick some pockets.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand for me.
19. Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah, 19.
Since it's a rather large crowd, you do manage to get about 80 copper.
Not a very wealthy large crowd, huh?
Well, he has to be nimble if he goes digging too much in these pockets. After watching for the better part of an hour, you guys do feel that it's probably about time to head towards Beauregard's.
What were they doing other than just heading that way?
Huh?
What
I
all
think it
were
was
they
just like
doing?
a fire.
It was just
Show.
a show. It was just some show that
Some circus people and stuff.
the lord of the area has put on for the people.
I see. I didn't know if there was some kind of ritual or something that happened other than the show.
No, it's very much just a entertaining circusy type group, just doing all kinds of acrobatics and tricks and stuff on the stage with fire and whatnot.
What time of the day is it, by the way?
You have no idea. It looks
Okay.
exactly as it looked when you arrived.
I'll work my way back to the group.
Where did you disappear to?
Yeah, I wanted to check it out. I couldn't see anything.
You are very smart.
Yeah, it works out for me. It's kind of advantageous. I really like crowds, though. They're really lucrative.
I'll just glare at him.
What?
Well, we should
You suck
probably
at
head back.
shenanigans for one moment.
My gecko is also glaring at him.
In the hat? The gecko in the hat?
It's on my shoulder right now.
Ah, okay.
Shall we head to the manor, I guess? It's going to be that time, I think.
Sure, before
Best
the
I can
guards
do.
catch us.
Guards?
What are you talking about? Where's the guards? Where's the guards?
There's some guards at the door to the city, but
Oh, don't scare me like that.
Wait, yes. Rashid is not scared. Rashid has done nothing wrong.
in his life, I'm sure.
Yes. You are a good judge of character.
Oh my
All right, you head
goodness.
back to
Maybe
Ruhrgard
You're not
Manor.
wrong.
And this time, when you approach the gate of Ruhrgard Manor, you actually do see a well-dressed servant who does recognize a few of you upon description, but looks like a bit perplexed and confused about the additional people, and a little more so the closer you guys come. And
Don't worry. They're with
before you
us.
quite make it, when you reach the gate, he's just like, just if you could give me just a moment, and he like goes running and turning inside the building.
I cast disguise.
Apparently he doesn't like the cat man.
I become the old man again.
And
This guy's got servants.
I mean, he is a lord.
I mean, makes me miss my servants, but
and then he comes back out not too long after, and like slowly, like more stately, walks towards you guys. Not the rush when he went in and stuff. And he approaches the gate and he opens it and says, "The Lord is expecting you all." and motions for you all to enter.
Enter.
go in.
All right.
I'm gonna like
Keep an eye on Crass, though.
I'm gonna like hobble, pretend to be an old man again. Do my
And
slow walk.
as you walk past him, you're gonna hear a little sniffing sound, like go on, like a little bit of like a. Do I smell like a hint of something?
He's
Oh, that's my dad. Yeah. He smells as bad as I look.
Oh my god, this is gonna be like their long con.
Very, very good, sirs. And he just kind of shuts the gate and moves at a wide angle away from you guys to go
Yeah, it's hereditary.
front, where he opens the main door for you all to enter into the mansion.
Enter.
going in.
All right, this first room is what you would expect of a reception room for a lord. It's got a spiral staircase to show off how nice we can do with crystal work and glass and metal, with the chandelier dangling from above. There are paintings of Beauregard. You recognize him, and you recognize a woman. Well, you don't recognize. You see a woman beside him in one of the paintings, and you see a bunch of other paintings that are landscapes and different things that you don't recognize. And they're all the same, with the grass is blue and the sky is green in these paintings. And he leads you from this front entryway and says, "Follow me, please," and takes you to a side door to the right from the entrance, to which you enter a massive space that has a orchestra set up at the far end of it, but there's nobody there playing at the moment. And you kind of recognize it, those of you that are of a stature to recognize it as a ballroom.
Reminds me of home.
And
Yeah.
he
With a
leads you
little less hatred.
he leads you across the
I'll-
ballroom into
Question like that.
wide double doors that lead into the dining hall, which is just as big and massive and has a very long table that could sit about 35 people. 36, I mean. We should be even. 36 people.
Well, this place is fancy.
And there's big
Seen
candlesticks
fancier.
along it, and it's the same with the silk curtains on the one window at the far side to the right, and it's what you would expect coming again into you are a little put off, though, that you were told this wasn't the heir, because you do feel this might be a little much for an erroneous son to be showing off. And in this dining hall, to greet you, Lord Beauregard is standing right there. Ah, welcome, my guests. Please come in, have a seat. And I see there were more of you than I had met.
Indeed, we'd been separated from our, I'll just kind of glance at them, party for a brief time.
Ah, yes, well, I've had many a sort at my table. You're welcome, please, sirs.
That's it.
Please
That's
come.
it.
He called me sir. I like this guy.
This, and he points to a one who is already sitting, who does stand up briefly to kind of curtsy at you all. This is my wife Jane.
About it. Sorry.
How do you do?
She gives a polite smile.
She wearing jewelry?
She is. She is wearing
wearing
pearl earrings, necklace, and bracelet, and several rings of various gems.
Okay. And has this been like a set table?
Yes.
So are there plates and
And
like
you are kind of surprised to see that there was actually enough settings for each of you, and you're all basically together on one side of the table.
are the utensils silver?
Yes.
Okay. Just asking questions.
Uh-huh.
I did say I'm keeping an eye on Crass.
But you
Are
said
you sitting
nothing
next
of
to
the
him?
ship.
I am.
Are you going to count the silverware
Maybe
when
we
he's
should
done?
decide where everyone's sitting.
Yeah.
So the Lord would be on the end with his wife to the right side.
I
Anyone?
think highly of myself, so I'll sit closer to them.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Probably
mean,
sit closer to them as well.
I'll sit as far away as I can.
I'm gonna sit next to Rush here.
I will sit next to Crass, but closer to the nobility.
You guys are self-sorting of like self-ranked.
I mean,
I'm ready to
Somewhere
catch
in the middle of the.
I'm ready to cast Mage Hand at any point to smack Rushier or Crass up the backside of the head.
Okay. Lord Beauregard, without further ado, the meal. And so a meal's brought out and placed before you all. It looks like lamb and a bunch of other soups and salads, and again, the salad is blue. And some
still
wines.
not used to this.
Wines and mostly wines are brought out to drink, I think.
Is the wine green?
No. So after eating for a little while, Rogad's like, so where did you guys say you were from?
Not from this area.
From
Have you heard
favorite.
of a town called Luskin?
Afraid not.
Yeah, from the Underdark. You guys got that here too?
I've never heard of such a thing, so I would say maybe not.
Yeah, terrible place. Terrible place.
Yes, that is where Rashia's son got his deformity.
Oh yeah,
Oh!
yeah.
Is that what's going on over here? And he kind of like motions at Crass.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
It was very terrible. He does not like to talk about it.
Oh, most
Yeah.
unfortunate. You guys must be from beyond I'm gonna say the land to the south, because I don't have my map open.
Yeah, far beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yes, very different world down there.
A very different world.
Yes.
How bad is Rush here smelling by now?
It is starting to sift, so if you're within 2 feet of him, you're smelling it.
It's probably crash.
Yes, Rashir also apologizes for the smell
Oh,
of Rashia's son.
Dad. Excuse us. Is there a restroom? I'm just gonna take my dad. He seems to have had an accident.
Oh my. Yes. If you go through and he points to a door that is very close to the door you entered from. If you go through there and down the hall, it's on the right.
Right, through there, down the hall, on the right. Okay, yeah, we'll be back. I'm just gonna come on, Dad. Let's freshen you.
Perhaps
Perhaps
I'll
if
go
there's
along.
the also assist.
I say I'm just gonna after they leave, I'm gonna say if you'll excuse me and follow.
Follow them.
Oh no. By all means, enjoy. Doesn't need to be a group.
No, this is after
You're
you
gonna
guys
do it
have
after
gone.
Oh,
through the
gotcha.
door.
Okay, right.
You don't
gotcha.
know that I'm following you.
So you exit that door.
Yeah, once we're through the door, I'm like, hey, Rush, you're all right. Let's
Once you're
case
through
this.
that door, you come face to face with one of the Lord's servants.
Oh, hi. We're going to the bathroom.
And he kind of nods and just motions down the hall. And he's clearly blocking a door.
Is the door closed or open?
It is closed. And
Does it look like it has a
the
lock on
hallway
it?
that he's motioning down, you don't see any other place to go other than the door you were directed. The door behind him looks unlocked, but closed. And this is not the guy you met at the gate. This is a different servant.
Okay, so servant number 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, I'll just escort Rashir down the hallway towards the bathroom.
And down the hall, you are
Yeah,
passing
following them,
the
or-
usual
Yeah,
paintings and portraits and stuff, and decorative light sconces as you go to the bathroom. Opening the door.
And as,
I think Cinder's trying to stealth after them. So.
I'll say after they get beyond the door and it shuts behind them, I'm going to excuse myself from the table and follow.
Okay. So when you again enter into the hallway, you'll be greeted by the very quiet, very tall, just picture Lurch, and he just motions down the hallway for you.
Thank you.
You got a quiet nod. Kras and Rashir, when you enter the door for the bathroom, you actually find a very ornate sitting room. And you see it go off. You see another door off to one side, which you assume is the gentleman's, because there's a little man hat. And then on the ladies' side, you see a bonnet on the door.
now, you said this is a very nice sitting room. Is there
It is.
anything... like, what are we talking here?
We're talking there are some flowered vases with flowers in them. There are some fabric tables with some kind of flowery pattern that you're a little unsure of how they got that flowery pattern on that fabric, but it looks pretty and it's soft. And you see a couple fancy sitting chairs and couches, a very ornate rug, and nothing easily removable
Other than the tablecloth.
other than the tablecloth.
Okay.
Cinder, please skip touch them quickly.
Probably not a bad idea.
All right, in here, Dad.
And I wink 5 times at you and guide you into the gentle.
I give you one wink back.
I'm assuming by the time they go into the actual bathroom, I'm making it to the sitting room.
Yes.
Okay. I'll just kind of post myself up outside the men's room door and listen for anything.
Okay.
Now, how nice of a men's room is this?
It's got it's a men's room, so it's clean, but it's basically just the essentials for taking care of yourself.
Do they have like fancy soaps?
They do. They do have fancy soaps.
Where Rashir is going to take a fancy soap.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some
Hotel.
fancy soap.
And these are like got quite the it's like a male musk hardiness smell to it, but like not dirty, like a clean male musk that's you're like,
Use
ah.
I'm gonna try and use it to like mask the smell a little bit better.
Yeah, you should definitely use some of this right now.
Okay.
Yes, Rashir is aware.
Roll a medicine check for me.
Oh no. That's wisdom. 15.
Okay. You do manage to cover the smell again, and you're no longer radiating at 2 feet.
Hooray.
Is there any kind of air duct?
Oh my gosh.
You do see a small vent above the window. There is a window that's very up high, but you feel it just goes to the outside.
Okay.
Having listening for anything strange, a perception of 22.
Okay. I don't even think they're trying to be stealthy in that bathroom.
No.
Oh,
They don't know I followed them though, so they have no reason to.
Yeah. If they mess with the air ducts, or
That- Yeah, I'll be barging in if they mess with the air duct. Yeah.
Hey, Catman, do you see the jewelry on that lady?
Yes, Rashir has eyes.
Yeah, just checking. All right, well, you smell better, so I guess I can take you back, Dad.
Of course, son. Wink.
yeah, like a whole bunch of time.
Wonder what's behind that door that guy's standing in front of. That's a big guy right there.
It is a mystery. And Rashir
Maybe you
loves
could, like,
mysteries.
Fake a heart attack or something, and I could get past him.
the plan is that
I mean,
take
you
a heart
look
attack
really
and the
old.
sun disappears.
I'll walk out of the men's room.
You wouldn't happen to have a heart attack at the tomb, too. Never mind.
How you
never
doing,
mind.
Kindrel?
Fine.
Okay.
Oh, hey, it's you, Cinder guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what are you two planning?
No, nothing, just, cleaning the cat. I mean, my dad, cleaning my dad,
Uh-huh. And what's this about trying to get in behind that giant servant?
Just
I mean, it's a mystery. Aren't you interested?
idle chatter, nothing more.
I'm not interested in being arrested in a realm I'm not familiar with.
Oh, don't be dramatic. No one's going to get arrested.
Again, how much would it take to get you to keep your hands to yourself?
How much you got?
Enough.
Flip me a couple gold, and yeah, all right.
I'll give Crass 5 gold.
Now, Rashir wasn't planning anything, but if you want to give him some money,
You should be paying them off this whole campaign now.
No, not just while we're here.
All right. I won't do anything. But seriously, how much you got?
I'll give Rashir 5 gold as well
yes.
to keep his hands to himself for the rest of the time we're here.
Rashir would never do anything, but Rashir thanks you for the gold as well.
I'm going to escort them back to the dining hall. I will be walking behind them.
Okay. You guys return to
All
your
right. Yeah.
seats.
Yeah. We'll just
Yeah.
head back to our seats.
While they were gone, did you guys want to have any kind of a discussion while they were all gone? Those that were still at the table?
Probably just like complimenting him on his beautiful home.
So
blah blah blah
just
blah
small
blah.
talk while
Nice.
they were gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just small talk.
All right. At this point, the servant is motioned over by the Lord, and the dinner is exchanged for desserts, and you see a bunch of gelatinous things, and yes, some of them are blue. And
Are any of them cubes?
yes,
Are
some
any
of them are.
in cube form?
Some of them are, yes. But you see a bunch of berries and fruits and jello and gelatinous stuff and pudding. Please enjoy.
Yeah, Bashir's getting himself a cube.
Uh,
Yeah. He eat some dessert.
Yeah, I'll eat some dessert.
and
When we
as
get
you're
back.
as you're eating dessert, you all hear an audible clap, and you're not sure where it comes from. It's just seems to be everywhere. Just the sudden clap sound.
Does it sound like one
Hand
person clapping or like a
Just
Like
a-
thunder type thing.
Just
or-
a one clap, and you do believe it's from outside. And the windows in this dining hall, because there are some windows facing the outer wall and stuff, you see the outside light just suddenly go dark. And the Lord and Lady don't seem to respond at all to this.
It was like a light switch.
Clap on.
Is it good? The Lord asks you guys as you're eating the desserts.
Very good.
Delicious.
Yeah. What's with the clap?
Oh, the changing of the light. Oh yes, it's every night. You really aren't from around here, are you?
We're from quite a ways away.
So far
Oh,
away
yeah.
that they don't clap the light on and clap the light off?
No.
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 Oh.
Bashir's
How
It
else
takes
would-
care of itself.
How else would the gods turn the lights on and off?
They've got an automated system.
Oh, intriguing,
it takes care of
intriguing. I have never heard of an automated system. We just always have the gods clap.
Bashir's gonna try and clap again.
Thinks he might be a god, huh?
You never know.
It probably would be good if they put it in an automated system, though, seeing as how there are fewer gods now than there were in the beginning.
What happened to the other gods?
Clap.
Oh, it was forever ago. There was, gods. There was a dispute, a war. Yeah, I don't know. It predates most of us.
You say most.
Oh well, it doesn't predate the gods, now would it?
Fair enough.
You tap
Yes.
salt?
Foka is Foka's two original gods, I would say, are a bit out of commission. Originally there was Foka and Foka, and Foka is quite gone. We'll never be hearing.
We saw
or
a
seeing
temple
from
for
Durfoka.
Durfoka earlier.
Oh yes, that abandoned old thing. Nobody goes there. It's not safe.
Is not safe.
No. Even though nobody worships Foka, nobody goes there and hasn't gone for a long time. But a few people get it in their head that they want the legendary treasure in there, and the daft fools get themselves killed every time. And I always wonder, why bother going to the abandoned temple when you live in a mine city?
Now, what kind
Yes,
of treasure would
whatever,
that be?
What?
I was curious as to what type of treasure.
What type of treasure? I'm not sure actually. I've never really looked into the treasure of Foka, so I couldn't tell you what's there. You ought to understand. This temple has been long abandoned for hundreds and hundreds of years.
And you say all
but
who
he's
go
still
there have
being-
perished?
Yes, yes. There's not been anybody that's come back there from going there.
I'm like not paying attention to any of this because I'm trying to count the amount of pearls on his wife.
Not the amount of spoons on the table.
37 is what you can see.
37. Okay. Yeah, once I'm done that, I'm definitely going to start counting
Not
the
counting the other sides of the jewelry. That's just the sides showing of the jewelry that you can see from where you're sitting.
You're seeing maybe a third.
Yeah. Oh yes, I believe you guys are wondering why I've invited you complete strangers just showing up in this town.
Yeah.
I figured as much. Well, I don't know if you're aware, but we do have a kingsman in town. His name is Captain Giles Archer. He's here out of concerns of some mishandling of the town. He's here to investigate Lord Manuel.
And we play into this how?
Well, you see, I don't think he's doing a very good job investigating Lord Manuel. I personally believe that Lord Manuel is actually doing some skimming off the top, some embezzlements of the gems and jewels that come through Pindor.
Do you want him killed?
Oh, no need to do that when the Kingsman's here to arrest him. I just feel that maybe if there was some group that might be a little less biased, per se, to come in and investigate Lord Manuel, see if he is not quite as up and up as he tries to make people appear. Bleh. I feel that he's been doing this to try and get back at me, I don't know. I do seem to throw a lot of parties, and lately, all of a sudden, he started throwing these festivals and extravaganzas. I feel like he's jealous of me. And I feel like he must be funding this extra extravagance he's doing with this embezzlement.
From the look of his house, he is already well off. What he need to him?
Oh, I don't know. I've never really known what the man's finances look like. And he
Well, we
kind of
could definitely go in and investigate.
at the mention though of the how nice and stately that manor next door, like way next door, but next door is, he kind of gets like that shuffle to the side, kind of uncomfortable shifting, like unpleasant, grumpy, a little bit, body language wise.
So perhaps he's the jealous one.
That's kind of what I'm getting.
We can investigate, right, guys? Right, Dad? Dad? We can investigate.
Yes, Rashir is good at investigations.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Now everything's closed for for tonight, so it'd probably be something you'd have to start tomorrow.
Yes, Rashir is very good at investigations.
Oh, yeah, it's my specialty.
Well, here's 10 gold each up front, and he hands each of you 10 gold.
Wow, my lord is too kind.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm a fan of all life in this world. And he kind of looks up, and you hear a coughing fit from his wife. and he kind of like glances at her sideways as he's doing like this pious posture and stuff, and she like quickly darts out of the room, and you can hear her coughing in that little hallway where the big guy is.
She's all right.
Okay.
Oh yes, my dear gets these fits sometimes. She'll get it under control and be back shortly. And sure enough, shortly she returns, no longer coughing.
Does she look like she was trying to stifle laughter?
Maybe you can see a little bit of the curling on the corners of the mouth. To fighting, not like...
Oh, right, just bursting out into laughter.
Maybe. You're not quite sure.
Can you do an insight and find out?
You could try.
Oh, jeez. What? 1.
You have no clue what
I
this
have rolled
twisting
20
facial expression
and
is.
1 on this die every single time.
For all you know, she could be constipated.
I've either rolled a nat 20 or a nat 1 on this die every single time I've thrown it.
And
That's
so he gets up. The evening's pretty much done and wrapping up his stuff. Do you guys have any questions for him or any more you want to talk with Lord Beauregard?
I have a question.
Oh yes.
Out of character.
Oh, out of character.
Yeah, he said
How
Is that
how
out?
long
that's
has
true.
this? How long has this been since we ended?
Since you what?
Because,
how long have we been here?
his old man disguise is probably going to wear away.
Oh,
It lasts an hour.
yeah.
I'm hoping you recasted that when you were in the bathroom.
You probably should have.
I have 2 spell slots. I cast it twice today.
I'm gonna say right now you suddenly pop into a cat. Oh. Oh my, you guys are full of surprises.
Ah! Oh, you're not my dad.
Now he starts
yes,
to kind of
I'm-
look suspicious and uncomfortable with this.
Rashir is a bit of a trickster. Don't mind him.
Rashir was cursed. He sometimes turns into a cat man.
Oh, is it because of the light being gone?
Yes.
That's,
Oh, Dad, I'm learning new things about you all the time.
that's very unfortunate.
Yes.
Cinder's holding back laughter.
Yeah.
Rashir
You know,
has
there's a
a
wizard that
form
might
of
be able to
lycan-
help you with that.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Rashir would very much like to know about this wizard.
he lives in Voss. I've never been there myself, but I've heard amazing rumors about the wizard there.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yes, the Wizard of Voss.
Yes.
Is the city made of blue?
You'll just have to wait till you get there.
And in what direction is this city of Oz?
Oh, quite north, quite a ways north. I couldn't get there in a day or so. It would take a while.
Rashir understands.
But
Be worth investigating after we solve this little mystery of yours.
what'd you ask?
It might be worth investigating this wizard after we.
Yes, and
Investigate.
After we
then,
look into Manuel, is what she's saying.
and then Rashir and Rain can get cured of this horrible curse.
Oh, this one's cursed too.
Rolling my eyes so hard.
Huh. You are a very strange group. I hope
Yeah.
that you can find some good results for me tomorrow. I do recommend starting at the sorting house with your investigation in the morning.
Do they have a
Sorting
hat
house.
there that sorts as well? A sorting hat?
They wear hats, but I don't know of a
They
sorting
sort money.
hat. Oh no, they sort the gems and the jewels and the stones and the rocks and all the things that come from the mines.
I'm like now starstruck and drooling.
You gotta, like, slap him on the back of the head.
This is like the worst town for you to be in.
Or the best.
Now, if you don't mind, I'll have Jefferson lead you out, and he goes Jefferson, and the big guy comes in from that door.
I will stand and bow to him and say, "Thank you, good sir, for your invitation, and we will do what we can for you."
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to finding out what that Manuel's been up to.
Yeah, thanks for the grub.
And-
Putting up with my dad.
Yes, it's get better.
He won't. He won't.
Son, do not talk to your father that.
I think we also have to go out of the room and have a coughing fit right now.
And Jefferson motions for you all to come ahead of him, and he waits for you all to move in front of him as he directs you towards the doors.
I'm still pretending to be an old man.
Even though you're a cat man? Okay.
Old Catman now.
Jefferson does not assist you. He just waits for you to move ahead and move on out.
Oh.
I
Kids
will
these
assist
days.
him. Come on, old man.
When you exit the first room, the first servant that you met at the gate is in the next room, and he starts getting the doors for you and directing you from the front while Jefferson keeps up the rear.
We make our way out, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll make my way out reluctantly.
Yep.
I'm tailing behind
To make sure they don't
Rashid
double back.
and Crass. Yes. I mean, I paid them off, so they better not.
Well, they might think that since they'd already left, that the deal's done. It might go back. I could follow.
As you
I
guys
don't
exit,
care.
as you guys
Where I
exit
go.
the house, if you could do a perception check for me.
Oh,
Good at
something
those.
other than a 1 or a 20.
11.
Dirty 20. 18 plus 2.
17.
13.
21.
18.
Those of you that were a 15 or higher, you noticed that rather misfortunate, pimpled, freckled-faced kid hiding in one of the bushes. And when he... Let's see if he notices. Yeah. When he sees that you see him, he takes off running. He jumps the gate and just keeps on running.
Is there a rock on the ground by chance?
It is a pretty well manicured lawn, but in the garden beds there are some rocks.
Well, I got a bow and arrow, but that seems a little extreme.
Yeah.
How far away is this kid?
I'd say about 20 feet.
Is it possible to have a loose rock if I use a catapult, which launches a 5-pound object or less at somebody? Can I launch it at his
How-
feet to trip him up?
You can always try.
How long does it take you to set up a catapult? I think he's gone by now.
No, it's magic. I
Ah.
magically lifted a 5-pound rock and I can shoot it 90 feet.
Now, remind me how much damage that spell does.
3d8 bludgeoning.
Oh my
You're
god.
gonna like maim this
I
child.
know I don't want to do it lethally. I want to trip him up. I don't want to actually hit him. I want to trip him.
It'd be better if I threw a dagger.
Or just throw the rock normally.
In your indecision, the kid is gone.
Knowing my luck, it would have done 3 damage. So it's a dex
That's
save anyway.
still a lot for a kid.
Now that it's nighttime, you guys look up, and at first you think you see a moon. It's bright, it's white, it's round.
It's just a light bulb.
And it takes a while for it to come all the way out hidden behind the mountain, because there's mountains all around you because you're in a valley. But when it finally waddles its way into view,
Oh no. It's a cow.
Now,
And
is
it's
that
glowing.
exactly what it looks like?
yes. And it's got you almost could visually hear squeaky sound effects even though there aren't sound effects for the moon moving.
Well, that's new.
And you
Strange.
see a star constellation running past it, behind it.
Running.
It's in the shape of it's a star constellation that if you were to draw the lines, you'd have the lines of a man jogging. And you
Are
just
the stars actually moving in formation?
yes.
Okay.
Well, this place just gets weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
I even made the sky green, guys. Look.
Great.
Yeah. Oh dear.
And then you guys will all head to Lacey's Rest.
Yeah.
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 If they'll let Rashir and Crass in there.
I soaped down.
You guys were given keys. I would imagine you should probably sneak them in. Is my little nudge.
Yeah.
If any of you can stand to have them in the same room with you.
Is there windows to the rooms?
There are windows, yes.
Russia is a very good climber.
Yeah, I'm pretty decent. I could do the same.
Say if not, you could probably carry Crass.
I do not weigh much.
Also, someone should take Wilmot. So you guys should.
How many rooms should we get?
You got one each.
Preacher.
One each of
One
those that were
each.
in there. So I think that was.
There's four
Four of
rooms
you.
then.
So, who wants to bunk with Russia?
I mean, you don't smell any worse than I do, so.
What the two smelly ones?
Hey, whose room can I sleep in?
I will
Sure.
grasp Crass on the shoulder. Oh, you got him? Never mind.
Yep.
You take
Wilmot.
both of them?
I'm going to take both of them.
He's already paid him off.
You'd be able to keep an eye on them.
You should subjugate them as your servants.
Good luck with that. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's how I could get you guys in. Be like they're with me.
How much you got, man?
I mean,
I'll look to
I'm pretty sure we're
Wilmot.
gonna go investigate that temple later.
Yeah. Wilmot, you can bunk with me if you so choose.
Okay, sounds great.
And we will go ahead and end it there.